Today, we're in McDowell County, West Virginia, a place often labeled the poorest in America, but that's only part of the story. Behind the statistics are real people, proud of their roots and resilient in the face of hardship. I came here to listen, to see the reality beyond the headlines. This isn't just about poverty, it's about survival and the enduring human spirit. Our journey winds through the Appalachian Mountains, once the backbone of America's coal industry. Generations worked these mines, powering cities and building the nation. Now, the coal jobs are gone, leaving empty storefronts and uncertainty. What happens when a place loses its identity? That's the question McDowell faces every day. Driving in, the world slows down. Small towns nestle in valleys, houses cling to steep hills, and history is everywhere. Every building and winding road tells a story of boom and bust, of wealth and loss. This trip is about connection, looking people in the eye, hearing their truths. We'll meet those who've lost much but still hope, and see both the challenges and the beauty of this land. McDowell County is a place of deep contradictions, and its story matters. It's about more than hardship. It's about community, pride, and the fight to endure. Let's look beyond the labels and see the real McDowell. This is a story America needs to hear. The first thing you notice in McDowell County is the landscape. Rolling Appalachian Mountains, thick forests, and a beauty that's both powerful and lonely. The roads twist endlessly, isolating communities and making even simple trips a challenge. This geography shapes life, creating a sense of being a world apart. Old coal tipples and abandoned company houses stand as silent reminders of a lost era. These aren't just ruins, they're monuments to a time when the county was booming, trains hauling coal day and night. Now the silence is profound, broken only by the wind in the trees. Towns like Welch have historic buildings, but many storefronts are boarded up and the streets are quiet. Life moves at a slow, unhurried pace, a stark contrast to the outside world. People sit on porches, watching the day pass, holding on to memories of busier times. The isolation is both a burden and a sanctuary, depending on who you ask. The beauty here is undeniable, but so is the sense of loss. The mountains whisper stories of the past, echoing through empty streets. This is McDowell's first impression, stunning, isolated, and haunted by its history. The land itself is a character in the story, shaping, sheltering, and sometimes trapping those who call it home. Here, the past is never far away, and every mile tells a story. To truly know McDowell County, you have to meet its people. Brenda, on her porch swing, recalls when the town bustled with life, community dances, busy shops, and a shared sense of purpose. Her pride in her roots is fierce, even as she mourns what's lost. Michael, in his 30s, left for work but returned to care for his parents. Now, he scrapes by with odd jobs, torn between hope for his kids and love for his home. His story is common, a deep connection to the land, mixed with daily struggle. At the local high school, teens dream of leaving for better opportunities, but many feel the pull to stay and help their community. They hope to bring change, but the path isn't clear. We met an elderly man volunteering at the food pantry, a young mother studying online, a former miner battling health issues. Their faces show hardship, but their eyes shine with resilience. They're not statistics or headlines. They're individuals with complex lives and deep ties to this land. Hospitality runs deep. People welcomed us, shared their stories, and showed a strength that's unforgettable. The community spirit is woven from pride, struggle, and hope. Every story is unique, but together they form the true heart of McDowell. These voices are the soul of the county. They remind us that behind every number is a person. Their resilience is what makes this place unforgettable. In McDowell, stories matter more than statistics, and every story is worth hearing. This is what gives the county its enduring strength. Amid hardship, hope quietly persists in McDowell County. Sarah's community garden, started on a vacant lot, now brings dozens of families together to grow fresh food and build connections. It's more than vegetables. It's a small act of defiance against despair. We met a young man who overcame addiction with help from a local church. Now he counsels others, turning pain into purpose. Teachers here are tireless, buying supplies with their own money and staying late to help students. For many kids, school is the safest place they know. These educators believe in a better future and fight for it every day. Hope is found in neighbors checking on each other, volunteer firefighters answering late-night calls, and church groups organizing coat drives. It's not loud or flashy, It's a quiet, stubborn resilience. People help each other because they know they're all in this together. Even in the darkest times, there's still good and still a reason to keep fighting. This persistent hope is McDowell's most valuable resource. It's what keeps the community moving forward. In small acts, hope takes root and grows. Here, hope is a way of life, and it's what makes survival possible. The numbers tell a stark story in McDowell County. Median household income is less than half the national average, making daily survival a struggle for many. Unemployment rates are persistently high, often double or triple the national rate, with coal jobs gone and little to replace them. This loss isn't just economic, it's a blow to dignity and purpose. Health statistics, our grim life expectancy, is among the lowest in the U.S., with high rates of chronic disease and opioid addiction. Access to healthcare is limited. The nearest hospital can be a long, difficult drive. Education levels lag, with few adults holding college degrees and schools struggling with poverty and underfunding. These challenges are deeply connected, creating a web of disadvantage that's hard to escape. The numbers are daunting, but understanding them is the first step toward change. Behind every statistic is a real person, facing real hardship. The cycle is tough to break, but awareness is the beginning. This is the reality McDowell faces every day. To understand McDowell's present, you have to look at its coal-filled past. For decades, coal was everything. Jobs, homes, even the stores were company-owned. The county thrived as long as coal was in demand. But when it faded, so did the prosperity. Mechanization and falling demand led to mine closures and mass unemployment. The population plummeted from nearly 100,000 to under 18,000. With fewer people, funding for schools, roads, and services dried up. The county spiraled downward, caught in the collapse of a one-industry economy. Today, the biggest challenge is jobs. Without opportunity, young people leave and the community ages. Infrastructure is crumbling, and many areas lack reliable internet. Environmental issues from mining linger, affecting water and land. The future is uncertain. How does a place reinvent itself when its identity was built on an industry that's gone? The answer isn't easy, but the question shapes every decision here. McDowell stands at a crossroads, searching for a new path forward. The shadow of coal is long, but the story isn't over. Reinvention is the challenge, and the hope. When official systems falter, McDowell's community steps up. Neighbors help each other, offering food, shelter, and rides before any agency arrives. Churches and faith groups are lifelines, running food pantries, clothing drives, and free meals. These places are more than worship, they're community centers and support networks. Volunteers work tirelessly, filling gaps left by a struggling economy. Teens clean parks, women knit blankets for newborns, and everyone pitches in. This isn't charity, it's a culture of mutual support, born from shared hardship. People know their neighbors' struggles because they share them. This spirit of solidarity is McDowell's greatest strength. It can't be measured in dollars, but its value is immense. In a place that's lost so much, this unbreakable community endures. Here, helping each other is simply how things are done. Despite the odds, McDowell isn't waiting for rescue. It's building its own future. Tourism is growing, with the Hatfield-McCoy trails drawing thousands of visitors and sparking new businesses. It's not a full replacement for coal, but it's a start and brings fresh optimism. Education is evolving, with community college programs training residents for jobs in healthcare and technology. Expanding internet access is a priority, opening doors to online learning and remote work. These changes are slow and hard-won, but they matter. Local leaders, nonprofits, and citizens are working together to write a new story. Every step forward is a struggle, but the seeds of change are real. The people here refuse to be defined only by their past. Renewal is possible even in the hardest places. McDowell's determination is its greatest asset. The fight for a better future is underway. Leaving McDowell County, you feel both sadness for its struggles and deep respect for its people. They're not victims, they're survivors, facing challenges with dignity and pride. McDowell's story is part of America's story. The coal from these mountains built our cities. As the nation moves on, we can't forget the communities left behind. Their challenges are complex, but their voices matter. The first step is to listen, to see them not as problems, but as people. Their future is tied to ours. I invite you to look beyond the headlines and statistics, read their stories, see their faces, and understand the reality behind the numbers. These communities are vital to our country's fabric. By caring about their future, we become a more compassionate nation. Their story deserves to be told and heard. This is our shared American story.